We cuttin' loose.
All right, everybody, it's time for another episode of DWMOD. You know what's going on. Hey, this week, Andy and I, we're talking about the NBA playoffs are coming up. Hey, what do you call it? The NBA Finals, right? We got the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs are starting up this week. We got Wrestle Mania. We're going to hit a little Masters recap and give you a cool little fact that I guarantee that you did not know, man. So stick around. Here we go. Let's do it. College football is now B1G versus SEC.
Down, put,
If you ain't listening to All Right Bet with me and Andy St. Clair, you're throwing away money.
ready,
All Lions fans drinking that Kool-Aid. Super Bowl. Hey, disagree with me or don't. That's how it works. That's how it works, Andy. We're about to get into it this week, man. NHL, NBA, Wrestle Mania. The lull is over.
It's great. I'm back. This is right after the Super Bowl, I take a 2-month just off, hard to catch.
There's nothing happening.
It's a busy time. It's wildly busy for me at that time. It's my daughter has a birthday, and then that's always a big deal. And then spring break, and then life gets in the way. But I'm happy to be here, and you guys, you held it down, and Dunbar and everybody did all the good work. So
Dunbar filling in. He did a good job. Always
shout
fun.
out Louis as well.
Yep, Louis jumping in. Oh, little shout out to you there, Louis. Oh, he said thank you, and he appreciates it very much.
But here we are mid-April. We got it's a great run because you kind of go like, remember the olden days used to be Final Four, then you would go, then the next week it would be after the championship Monday, then you'd start the Masters on Thursday, Friday, then you'd have Wrestle Mania on Saturday in the olden days. And then you had the Masters fourth round, the final round there on Sundays.
Speaking of the Masters, there you go, Louis. Jumped it a little bit, but we're good. We're on the Masters right here. Really quick, here's that fun Masters fact that we said we're going to give you. Now, Andy, you sent me this earlier in the week. I know you saw this. In the last 20 majors in the PGA Tour, if you just beat Scotty and Rory, you would have finished first, sixth, first, sixth, first, seventh, first, fifth, first, ninth, second, first, seventh, seventh, sixth, seventh. You would have 20 top 10 wins in a row and be a 10-time major champion. You only got to beat those two guys. I mean, that's crazy, right? I mean, that's crazy. I know you know about Eddie, but go back to what you were saying about, how it's better now the way the whole thing's set up.
I like this way better where they spread it out more.
Yep, a little more spread out is good. Michigan takes the national title since last we talked. That was a pretty big deal. We Walker winners, the two Walker winners on the contest this year from Indiana. Congrats to them. We're going to get – my man selected some Kentucky Wildcat jerseys for his daughters for winning. He said that they love the Wildcats. They go to the games. I said, my man, whatever you want, you want.
Yeah. Did he get a player on the back, or is it you just wanted
just numbers 23 and 24?
I wonder who that is. 23 Anthony Davis. I mean, I wonder who. And 24 is that Mashburn?
I was thinking Mashburn was the first thing popped into mind for me, but I think this gentleman's a little younger though. I think it might be Ant. I think you might be right.
Well, that's all time. There is a guy named Malachi Marino, or I guess he was there last year, 24. Pretty good little player. So maybe he's a Malachi fan. I don't know.
Maybe he's related. Maybe we'll get Malachi on the show. Maybe we'll
get him on.
Yeah. So congrats to those guys. Those jerseys will be coming on the way, man. Andy, let's jump into a little Crimes Against Sports. So guys, this week Crimes Against Sports brought to you by the Joyview Meat Market, baby. Don't miss it.
It's brought to you by the Joyview Meat Market. Don't go to the grocery store for those price gouge packaged proteins. That's not even a whole pound. Do yourself a favor and head over to Joyview Meat Market. This family's been serving the community since 1969. And they're serving the best cuts of beef, pork, and poultry. Not to mention the best fresh ground Polish kielbasa you'll find anywhere in Detroit. Smoked or fresh. That's the Joyview Meat Market right on Joy Road and Telegraph. Support the neighborhood and tell them Gordon sent you.
That, and not only my favorite spot every time I'm in Detroit, hands down, no funny talk for advertisers and shit. The best kibasa in Detroit. Those guys are great old school dudes when you go in there, and I love Gordon's voice over that thing. It's just
Yeah.
perfect.
Those kind of meat markets are like my favorite, like the local play. I used to go to a place in Chicago called Paulina Meat Market, which is very similar to Joyview.
Yeah,
Even the art is similar. Like that's,
yeah.
but those are my favorite type of places.
Oh, the greatest, man. You go there and get a steak or some chops or something out of there and take it home and cook it compared to what you get at the grocery store. Like even an upscale grocery store, it ain't the same. It
No.
ain't the same.
No,
Not a
it's
chance. Not a chance. All right, buddy. Let's jump into some crimes against sports. Oh man, every time I see this, poor Galbraga.
Yeah.
Jim Jones. Every time. I gotta say it every time. Jim Jones, what are you doing?
Oh, for
What are
sure.
you doing? What are you
Sometimes it works in your favor, like the 85 Royals. Sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't. Well, listen, man. Crimes against sports this week. We're doubling down on a week ago. It's Detroit Red Wings not making the playoffs again, Andy. 10 years. Now, I talked to Dunbar a little bit about this. I want to get your take on this. But 10 years now, no playoffs for the Red Wings. Now, this is the equivalent of the Green Bay Packers, 10 years, no playoffs. Yankees, 10 years, no playoffs. Lakers, Celtics, 10 years, no playoffs. Come on, man. Have we ever seen that?
It's bad. It's bad. It's these teams. I think of like when I think of like Nebraska football. Like I'm not saying I need Nebraska to be like dominant every year, but when I see Nebraska go like 7-5, I'm like, I kind of want them to be good.
Yeah.
So like some of these teams, I feel this way about the Wings, and I feel this way about like in the Pens. The Penguins have been in it. They're still in it this year. Like those teams, I just like seeing these teams in the playoffs.
Yeah. And we're not gonna for
And it got to be a little better. It's a decade. There's 10-year-old Detroit Red Wings fans who have never been to a playoff game.
Yeah, you're losing a generation of fans in the damn city. I'm telling you that right now. Like, it's time to have a hard talk too about Stevie Y. I mean, the guy's a legend. The guy's, if Babe Ruth, what he is to the Yankees and fans in New York, or what Jeter is, that's what Yzerman is to the Red Wings in Hockey Town, man.
Right.
But it's time to have a serious talk about what's going on here.
They gotta figure out a way to like tank, for lack of a better word. And they got to be a little creative. They just blow it. If you're going to not make the playoffs, like you can't do what the Bulls have finally worked it out, right? Where they traded everybody. They had the end of their roster was like 7 guards. You're like, what are we doing?
What are you doing?
So they got to figure out a way. They got to be sneaky about it. Like my favorite tankers in the NFL this year are being very sneaky about it. I like, so that they got, your Dolphins of the world, your Browns, your Arizona Cardinals. They're tanking. They're doing NFL tanking, right? It's a really smart way to go about it. Detroit's got to find the same way.
Listen, a couple things on that though. This is going to be a tough sell on tanking because it's been 10 years now. But we had our tank going. We got some good draft picks. We got some good young players. We've made some moves. The roster is good enough to where last year we were a shoe-in, fell apart in March and April. This year, buddy, end of January, basically February 1st, like January 25th or 6th, we were in first place with like 25 games to go. Didn't make the playoffs. So 2 years in a row, it's epic collapses. So I don't know.
Right. You're right. They went 41-31 this year. They got 92 points. They're not that far out of it. Maybe they got to
first place 2 months ago.
They got to make a splash. They got to get in there. Let's get whoever's the best free agent hockey player. Let's make a splash. Let's get back.
Yeah, really, really solid, good goaltending all the way up until like late February, March. And then that didn't get bad, but the defense got pretty bad. The goal scoring, the power play got terrible, which puts more pressure on the netminder. And I'm like, here we go. I don't know, man. The epic collapses are the worst. If we suck, just suck from start to finish. Don't get us all worked up that we're not only going to be in the playoffs, we're going to be a top seed, and then we don't even make it.
Right. It's like, when you think of like greatest like emblems in sports and like, like the front of the sweater, it's like, to me in hockey, I'm like the Wings is one of the top 2 or 3. I love the Blackhawks one as well.
I love the Blackhawks one.
That thing's awesome.
That's
the
awesome.
Red Wings, that one. I mean, like the Canadians one's pretty good.
Classic.
Those are like those like I need to see these jerseys in the goddamn playoffs.
Yeah, right.
It's
You know what I
the
mean?
sweaters, the sweaters.
Maple Leafs and shit. You know, you got to see them. Got to see them. The original six. Got to see the original six in there. But listen, you know, we'll get into breaking down a little bit of the NHL. Listen, I'm not going to give this guy the tip of the cap here, but whoever put this video together for the internet, man, shame on you. Come on, man.
That guy survived.
He was partying it up in January, leaned on the rail, and that's it, off the rail.
Jeez. Also, nobody reacted like he's done it before. They all just kind of like,
yeah, everybody's hammered at that party, man.
There's Charles falling off the roof again or whatever, the balcony.
Right into the grill, man. Red Wings right into the grill. Forget about it. Let's get into some quick hits, buddy. All right, let's talk a little bit NHL. Let's keep on this just for a minute here in quick hits. Red Wings are not the only ones. Winnipeg Jets went from first place to not making the playoffs as well. Yeah. But, I mean, you can argue that's an expansion team as of a couple of years ago. I know they went away for a while, then came back, but blah, blah, blah. But that was a team, too, that looked like they were going to make some noise. The Mighty Ducks are in the playoffs for the first time in 8 years. Yes, Andy, that team about the Disney movies, and the Red Wings are not.
Yeah, that I hate that name is horrible. Now, I will say the Ducks had the same amount of points as the Wings, though. You know, the Eastern Conference seems to be a little tougher.
Yeah, it is. It is, but that's the name of the game. You know what I mean? Like the Ducks get in, but here's the one I'm excited about. The Buffalo Sabres end the longest streak in professional sports of not making the playoffs. 15 years. And buddy, if you've been up to Buffalo, now I've been to a game up at Buffalo, Sabres game. I've been to Buffalo quite a bit for gigs. I love Buffalo. It's one of the cities I love to go to. The people are nuts about the Sabres up there, man. Nuts. So that's going to be crazy up there for the playoffs. I'm telling you that right now.
It'll be good. You know, like maybe they'll actually, compared to their other professional team, have a chance to win the title. You know, it'll be nice. You know,
yeah, Bills can't get past the Chiefs. We get it.
Well, you can't. Maybe Josh Allen's new Dan Marino. Yeah. You know, like maybe I should save this to August, but maybe new Dan Marino there in Buffalo, who's like, you know, puts up nice stats, pretty scary player, doesn't really do anything. Yeah. So maybe this is a chance. Maybe it's the Sabres' first chance to actually do something.
Somewhere Eliza's ears are on fire, but what would it be? I mean, if the Sabres get to the Stanley Cup Finals this year, and the Bills haven't gotten to the Super Bowl yet. Oof.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, the Sabres are plus 1,400 to win the Stanley Cup.
Buddy, I took a flyer on them at plus 1,600 and put $5 on it. So, like, that's going to be my team I'm going to ride with for the playoffs for fun. I'll give you my picks later when we get to All Right Bet. But listen, for fun, I'm going to be watching every Buffalo Sabres game and see how they do, man. I don't know if you got somebody you're jumping on, the Ducks or something.
You know, I'm going to just root for the Mammoth.
That's fun.
They're fun. I don't think they're going to beat Vegas, but I'm going to root for them.
Yeah, how funny is that though? Too Mammoth against Vegas Knights. Now Vegas, they won the cup in their second year. I went to the cup their first year, won it the second year. I mean, you never know.
You never know.
You never know. You never know, man. All right, Andy, let's get into some No Way, your favorite segment, No Way here, man. And No Way is going to be brought to us by the official beer choice of the DWMOD podcast, Old English 800. Wrestle Mania this weekend, Andy. My table and yours will be set this way.
Brass monkey, that monkey, brass monkey, chunky.
Buddy, I'm going to be riding those hard this weekend, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Mania time. It's a 2-dayer. It's great.
It's going to be great. It is going to be great. All right, hey, listen, No Way. Now, Ovechkin, we saw what happened. Alexander Ovechkin's season ended for him. Washington didn't make the playoffs. They didn't make the playoffs either, and they made a big to-do about this. I don't know if you were watching every single game. They were trying to do, like, all the guys line up and shake his hands and give him his moment skating around the ice, and Ovechkin just kept being like, what are you I haven't announced anything. What are y'all doing? What's your thoughts here?
Well, you want to be prepared. I kind of like, I guess I get it on their side, right? They're just trying to show respect to a great player. And, you know, I think he probably seems like he thinks he's going to play another year. It's what it clearly seems like. Yeah. But I get what they're doing. They're, you know, it's nice. I think it's a nice, you know, they're trying to be like, what a great player.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna besmirch any of that, but like I got to put myself in his shoes for a minute. Like, what are you guys trying to push me out the door? Like, what's going on here? Like, I didn't say, or do they think he's the type of guy that I don't know him that well? It seems like he's not like really out there, glamour star off the ice. Maybe he's one of these guys that's like, I'm not going to say anything and just slip away. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think it's like that's what it is nowadays, right? Either you announce at the beginning of the year,
Yeah.
or you're Kaiser Sose and poof, you're gone. The other way obviously is the Chris Paul way, where it's like he was nobody in the Clippers liked him. He got cut from the Clippers in the middle of this year, by the way, the first month or two, and then he just retired, and we're all like, "Oof, what a horrible way to go out," So I think he probably plays one more year, maybe, but. Same with LeBron. LeBron could get this if he just decided to announce this is my last year.
Well, he ain't doing that. His last year will be in Cleveland. He'll make an announcement. He'll sign with them and he'll do a big tour. Now, this is the opposite. Like, we know LeBron is a glamour whore. There's no way he walks away without saying anything. $100 million on the line. I'll be like, I'll put it on the line. He will have a farewell season.
Right. Yeah, probably. But Ovechkin, I think he plays one more.
Now, listen, Andy, this is what I'm going to say.
No way. There's no way. No way.
This fella right here is only 40 years old. And he's only 40 years old. And let's take a look real quick and put that up. Let's see that graphic, Lou, how he do this year as a 40-year-old. Here we go right there. 82 games played, 32 goals. I mean, he played in every game damn near. I think there's 83 games now. Whatever. I think he played in every game. 32 goals.
Yeah.
Buddy, he was like in the top 30 in goals and points or whatever for the league this year at 40. Now, look at the bottom number here too for the total goals, 929, right? 929. Now, what he passed Gretzky. Gretzky didn't get to 900. Ovechkin passed him and got to 900. And you remember we had this talk on the show 2 years ago where I said, I think he's going to get to 1,000. I think I think he wants to get to 1,000. Now, he's at 930 and scored 32 this year. Do you think he can get to 1,000? I still think he can.
No.
You don't think so?
No, it's pretty. I only said it because it was a pretty healthy season. Almost my coffee got.
Yeah.
It was a pretty healthy season. So I think like if let's say he plays 60 games and then he plays another season, he plays 60 games. He's probably going to get 20, 40. Like if he's going to get 1,000, he's got to play like 3 or 4 more years at least.
And this is going to be my argument. I agree with your math and your numbers. I do. Mm-hmm. He is one of these guys, though, like a Brady and stuff that we've seen, like, the years don't catch up with guys as quickly anymore, taking care of himself. He seems like one of those guys. He's habitually healthy. I think he got hurt 2 years ago, but like other than that, for his age, pretty healthy. Played in all the damn games this year almost. Jaromir Jagr played till like 45 and was still putting up 20 goals.
Yeah, but that's 5 years, right?
He could do 5 more years at 25 goals. He'll be well over 1,000
if he stays healthy.
That
to me, that's the big thing, right? Like, it's a little more of a coin flip when you get into 40. Even LeBron, who's a genetic freak, is like missing games and taking games off.
Sure.
The difference between LeBron and Ovechkin. There seems to be a difference, and just Ovechkin looks like he's 70 in that photo.
He's playing a physical game.
Well, LeBron looks like he's 41.
Yeah. There's no arguing that hockey takes its toll on you, other than football in the trenches, maybe than any other sport. You know what I mean? Well, I'll pull him for him. I hope his goal is to keep this game up with us all for the next 4 years where he's like, I don't know. Maybe I come back. Maybe I score more goal. Yeah. And he gets to 1,000. I would love to see him get to 1,000 because I really feel if he got to 1,000, it would never be touched. I mean, never be touched, right?
Right. I mean, what if I said his over-under is 975.5? Would you take the over right now or the under?
I mean, you'd have to take the under as a betting man.
Yeah.
You'd have to take the under, but I tell you what, I'd take a flyer on.
Put a dollar on the over.
Take a flyer on that over. I tell you what, I'd love to see it. Anyway, I'll pull it for him. I hope he gets there, but I understand most people probably feel.
No way. There's no way. No way.
All right, buddy. WrestleMania this weekend. Okay, WrestleMania this weekend. Now, what have you been following? Leading into
this is kind of when I kind of jump in and the last month and try to catch up a little bit before Mania. but like the previous month or two before that, not as much. So, but
Yeah.
I know what most of the matches are.
Okay. Let's jump into some of the matches and talk a little bit about them and see what's going on. But first, I saw this meme online. I thought this would be interesting for you and I to talk about. We always have a little fun in No Way, maybe a little game, a little discussion here. Take a look at this now. Here's 12 wrestlers in this photo here. Now, give me
11.
one that you could eliminate. Vince
McMahon. And we're just talking wrestling?
Yeah, if you're telling the story of the history of professional wrestling, who in this picture can you just be like, eliminate this guy? I don't need to tell you about this guy.
I'd probably start with Randy Orton.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, show that again, Louis. Good call. You think Randy Orton you can get rid of, it wouldn't matter?
Yeah, I think if I ranked them from importance, right, 12 would be Randy Orton to me.
Okay.
Right.
No, I'm not gonna. That's fair.
Then I'd probably have Kane at 11.
Now I'll push back on Kane and here's why. From the parameters of the discussion, you're telling the story of the history of professional wrestling. You have to talk Undertaker. And when you're talking Undertaker, you gotta talk about Undertaker, Kane, the children of Paul Bearer. Like you have to get into that.
I mean, look at that list again. Put it back up there.
Sure. Let's keep taking a look. Yeah.
I mean, look, Dusty Rhodes over Kane, Ric Flair over Kane, Undertaker over Kane.
Better wrestlers.
No, but even Impact. Like Dusty Rhodes, if you do listen to those guys talk, like they say, like, he really like the Rollins of the world. Like he did a lot of teaching. Warrior, Macho Man.
Warrior's probably number one on that list for me. I could tell you the history of professional wrestling without telling you the 3 matches that you ever remember that guy having that you go back and watch now and go, oh, I was a stupid kid. This is terrible.
Well, Warrior is right there to me with Kane. It's like
it's terrible.
It's like Orton, Warrior, Kane, Orton, Kane, Warrior.
I might argue Triple H too. I don't think I need to get into his
runs
story.
the company now. He's
he married the owner.
Well, sure, but he's a much bigger deal. He's a much bigger deal than almost anybody on that list, I think.
And Matt, I don't know, level of importance at this place that he's running a company now. But I mean, I don't know. It's like I'm saying, like if I'm sitting around a campfire telling some aliens about professional wrestling, I don't know that I need to bring up Triple H. I don't know. I don't know. He's
more important than Macho Man.
Oh, stop.
100% more important.
Stop. You cannot. No way.
But this the deal that you told me was in the story of wrestling, right? Because I was rid of Vince McMahon first. But Triple H basically reinvented. WWE was on the way down. He basically reinvented how it's done a little more. He made documentaries. He started doing things. He's been more important to the business.
Yeah, but listen, I'm going to make a segue here to like a metaphor, right? You're telling me about the greatest movie. I want you to tell me about the greatest movie ever made, and you're gonna drone on about the cinematographer. I don't want to hear it. I want to see the actors, the director,
I love Macho Man. He's probably in my top 5 or 10. But Triple H, and so is Triple H, though.
Mega Powers. You could not tell the story without getting into Mega Powers. The greatest work in the history of professional wrestling.
Well, yeah, you got Crazy Eyes.
Oh my God, that was the greatest work ever. No one saw that coming.
Jealous eyes.
I'm like Hogan's walking around with his hand on the small of Elizabeth's back. Come on now.
Now my favorite wrestler, by the way, is in this picture.
What? Bret Hart or Cena?
No, neither. I'll tell you. Bret Hart or Cena on my mark.
Is Dusty or Flair?
Oh,
Flair. It got to be Flair. Yeah, you got to talk Flair. You got to talk Rhodes. I mean, there's just some greats in there. There's no way. I mean, Macho Man. Oof. If you took the top 5 guys' importance level in that picture, Macho would be a top 5.
I don't think so.
Oof.
I'll take off the top of my head. I'll take Hogan.
Let's take another look.
Hogan, McMahon, Flair. You might even say Cena, Taker, Triple H, Dusty. Any of those guys, I think over Macho.
Triple H in front of Macho is woof, man.
You gotta text Brett. You'll have to get the.
I got to get Brett's take on this because I'd say, look, if I'm taking the top 5 guys in here, I don't like the guy, but like Hogan and Flair, they both got to be up there. I'm not Hogan. Yep. Hogan and Flair got to be up there. I'd probably argue you're right. You got to put Vince up there. He recreated the whole damn business. Sure. You got to have Vince up there. And then the next 2 that I would probably put in there would probably be Macho, and then like Undertaker and Cena. Just
Undertaker and Cena before Macho Man for sure.
Yeah, maybe.
It's not even. He's not even in the 5. And then I'm taking Triple H.
Yeah, if you're talking credentials, I'll concede to that. Undertaker and Cena maybe in front of Macho credentials wise, but there's no way you're talking me to Triple H.
He runs the company. Macho Man could never run the. You said in the beginning said it was like the history.
You're telling the story of professional wrestling. If I'm at the campfire and toward the end of that story, I'm going, and then this guy came along and he did a little wrestling, but now he's in charge. People be like, I'm fucking bored, man. Be done.
But you forget DX, how many titles Triple H won?
Yeah.
He maybe he kind of started the WrestleMania entrance, like the spectacle of it. Like Triple H is, I think he's a little underrated. And it's kind of like in sports when guys retire and they're not, and then you see those stupid videos, like
yeah.
Hakeem Olajuwon was a problem. You're like, yeah, I know it was a problem. I didn't forget. Yeah, I do think you might have forgotten some Triple H stuff.
Hey, pretty good. Listen, you're talking me into a little bit. The more I'm thinking about it, you're not wrong. The more I'm thinking about it, some of the things you're saying are right. There's no way I'd ever put him in front of Macho. No,
not as just a solo wrestler, no. But that was not the criteria you gave. You said
I would probably drone on for 20 minutes telling the story of wrestling on Macho alone, and I would fly by Triple H. This guy ended up marrying Stephanie McMahon. A good little run. Next.
No. I mean, Macho didn't end. His last 10 years were not the best.
Yeah.
You remember, you're thinking of Steamboat. You're just thinking of Savage, Steamboat, WrestleMania 3. You're that era Mach. Like, you remember when he was in the NWO? Like, who cared? But
listen, now we could argue about that for a long time. That was because of his beef with Hogan. And when he got over there, Hogan fucking buried him. That was going on. And Macho, and that's why Macho walked away. He's like, I'm not going to sit over here and let this guy, hammer me because what's his name? Who's the gray haired escaping me right now? The guy that ran a WCW. Bischoff, because Bischoff is stroking Hogan backstage. I'm out of here. You know what I mean?
Hey, look, as a wrestler, yes, Macho Man over Triple H. But in the bigger picture of wrestling, Triple H over Macho Man.
Yeah, well, we will agree on this. Ultimate Warrior, probably number 1 on that list. Bounce him. I don't care. Gone.
Yeah, for sure. Bounce him. Then Orton, then Kane, then
bounce him. Hey, Orton's had a pretty good legacy, man. Like,
he's awesome. He's from Missouri. I mean, I'm definitely rooting for Orton.
Yeah. I like Orton. Well, even though he's on my shirt, WrestleMania, I got the shirt going. My brother was a big Warrior fan just because he liked the look and the physique. He realized he was a bad wrestler. But I got to say, sorry, bro. Warrior out. I can't do it, man. I can't do the Warrior.
No way. There's no way. No way.
All right, let's jump into a few of these matches really quick, and we'll keep it moving here. I'm just going to hit the ones. If there's one that I missed that you're interested in, these are the ones that I'll probably tune in for. Starting on night 1, women's tag match. It's like this is a 6-way. So you got Nia Jax and Lash Legend, and then you got Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Then you got Bayley with Lara Valkyrie, and then you got the Bellas. The Bellas, Nikki and Brie will be in this thing as well, which is pretty cool. Who do you think wins this thing? Who's taking it? I'm excited to watch this one. I think this will be fun.
I because some of it is so story dependent, like and how they set it up. So that will be my weakness to this. Because I'm like, are the Bellas going to continue to wrestle?
Probably not.
So my guess is they're not going to win. Because they won't wrestle. So I guess I would take not the Bellas. But if the Bellas are going to make a move forward in the next, if they're going to get to SummerSlam, then maybe I would take the Bellas. I would love to see. I have to look up if they're like WrestleMania odds. I have no idea.
I tried the other day, and I think they're cracking down on a lot of gambling on that because people know the outcomes.
Right, for sure. Because it's written.
It's written, so people know the outcomes. I'll say this about this 6 match while you're looking that up. I think you're right about the Bellas. I think they're in this match for the pop moment, right? They're the pop moment. They'll knock off the person you think is about to win the match. You know what I mean? And then they'll knock them off, and then they'll get knocked off. And I think here's what I don't think Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss just doesn't seem like a tag team champion matchup. They're going to make a run together. I just don't think that I see that happening. Bayley and Lara Valkyrie, I think I see walking away with this one.
Yeah,
If
there
I
you
was
go.
going to bet, right? Breaking that down. I mean, Nia Jax, Last Legend, maybe. Who do you picking? I'm picking Bailey, Lara, Valkyrie.
Yeah, I would probably go there, and mainly because I think those girls haven't had like a big a push, and also like I do think WWE in this year is trying to go a little younger, which is a good idea.
They
Like
need to.
they have to, some of the top stars at WWE are like these dudes are in their 40s, and the ladies are pretty good generally, but like we need to get some young blood in. So my answer for a lot of these is going to be like, who's the younger performer?
Yeah.
I'm going to lean a little more.
We could have a nice.
I'm with you on that one.
Okay. I was going to say we could have a long talk about how I think the WWE dropped about 15 years there because they were the only game in town and they didn't bother trying to, create generational talent. My point here is they spent 15 years trying to put Roman Reigns over and it just didn't work, man. I mean, like, I get it, he's over, but like they tried to turn him into like pass the torch, Hogan, Rock. It didn't land. And you spent all your time on that. Now, who has come out of that era that he dominated that we're going to remember going forward as these legends and shit? Where's the Cena in that run? They got to bring Cena and Orton back in the middle of this run because it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but Reigns has kind of turned it around, I would say. Reigns is,
Yes.
They did a good job with that story of his and all that. The bloodline stuff's been a good one.
It has, but like they just didn't have anybody else come through there because they were so focused on that. We had no other births come out of that. I can't think of any names. Can you? Like during that run, like I love Seth Rollins. Right? I love Seth Rollins, but they didn't put him over as like a, pass the torch champ, multiple belt. Like he's great. I love him, but I don't know. It just seemed to be all about Reigns for so long.
Yeah. Yeah. Have I told you my Seth Rollins story? He lives kind of close to me. Like, I don't know where he lives, but we shop at some of the same places.
Yeah.
And, when he faked his leg injury last year?
Right.
I saw him at a Whole Foods randomly during this time. And he was on crutches and walking around. and he was like slowly moving through crutches, Whole Foods on crutches. And I remember we came up almost into each other and I was like, oh, go ahead. He was like, no, go. And so I walked through and I was like, oh, fucking Seth Rollins, really? Because at the time I was like, oh man, he's hurt. They definitely hurt. What unbelievable. But he was kayfabing. He was pretending to be hurt. He was selling it at a fucking Whole Foods. And so when he says it on the documentary, like I went everywhere in those crutches, he talks about that in that documentary that's on Netflix. I'm like, I saw him. I saw him doing it in public. I couldn't believe it.
I love it. I fucking love it. He is one of my favorites of this generation, hands down. I do love Seth Rollins. He's fucking great. He's great. All right, let's jump on to another match on night one that I think everybody is obviously going to watch. There's only two that I think I'm interested in the first night, and this one's the WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. I don't know. I think this one's pretty simple to me. I don't think they're going to put the belt on Orton. I think Rhodes walks away with it.
Yeah. I mean, who's the current title holder? It's
Rhodes is, right?
Rhodes, right? He's right. I think what they're setting us up for is some sort of McAfee. There's going to be some McAfee involvement.
100%.
So I think, and the thing is, like we've all watched. If you're old enough, you watch enough wrestling now. It's like Jelly Roll and Cody and McAfee and so and so. So whatever the next pay-per-view is, I don't even know what it's called.
Yeah.
It's almost a lockdown, 100% guarantee. The main event's going to be McAfee and Orton versus Jelly Roll and Cody. So I guess I'm on the side that here's what happens. I think McAfee and Orton win. I think Orton wins this because I think doesn't McAfee have to go away if he loses? I think there's a stipulation.
Something like that. Yeah.
I don't. They're not. McAfee's not going away.
Right.
So that tells me probably they're going to win, and there's going to be some chicanery, and then next pay-per-view we're going to get that's the tag match.
Great scoop. Great insight on that one because I think you're probably dead on, and I think that it's going to be a lot more fun than I thought. I'm going to watch that for sure. Now I'll be dialed into that one. That's a really good call. That is a good call. Speaking of Jelly Roll, you see these wrestlers up here behind me. I don't know if you're paying attention. But Mattel has been re-releasing them. They got the rights, the old rights to the LJN rubber, and they're re-releasing all these ones in their exact form on the big blue cards and stuff. And I got one of them over here I'd pulled up. But anyway, you guys can see them online. They're releasing them all. But every wave, Andy, is 2 of the originals as they were. And then they'll do one like modern day type of legend that didn't come out at this time. So like The Rock, the last wave they had Stone Cold, guys you didn't get to get.
Yeah.
And then they'll do one modern guy. So and the first wave it was Logan Paul was the modern guy. And then now this third, they just announced the third wave. And the third wave is going to be Jake the Snake Roberts and Piper, the originals. And then they're giving us The Rock for a new legend. Awesome.
Okay.
Guess who is the fourth one they're releasing in wave 3 that's a modern?
Are you going to tell me Jelly Roll?
Fucking Jelly Roll.
All right. Well, then for sure, I definitely believe Jelly Roll is going to be next month's pay-per-view.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, what? Why would I'd be so pissed off if I was in that wrestling room right now? I'd be like, are you kidding me?
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Oh my God. Like,
crazy. No way. There's no way. No way.
I didn't buy the Logan Paul. I won't be buying the Jelly Roll. Sorry, not going to happen. Right. I'm waiting for Seth Rollins. I'll buy that one for sure. Yeah. I'm waiting for Dolph Ziggler. I'll buy the Dolph Ziggler one.
Right.
You know, sure. I mean, like, just come on. Don't give me Jelly Roll. There's so many guys that deserve it. Anyway, let's move on to night 2. By
the way, I'll give a little night 1 love. AJ Lee, Becky Lynch might be fun.
Oh, yeah. That'll probably
that may be fun. But outside of that, I'm with you. Night 1's just give me to the main event, really. And then maybe the women are going to have to me, like, carry the weight in night 1.
Yeah. I think that's 6 tag match. There's a lot of, active wrestling going to be going on. They'll carry the Bellas through that, but there'll be a lot of action in that. It'll be fun, but I'm with you. Not a whole lot. Night 2. Now, listen, there's some great matches on night 2 that I'm going to love, but I'm really, really, really looking forward to watching this Obi Pima and Brock Lesnar. Because I'm fascinated as to what are they going to do here. And I'm going to let you take over here in a second, but here's my thing on this. Please be different, WWE, than the way you've been bad. You have been bad with the storytelling. Get back to some old school stuff here. Just have Brock put Obi over, please. What's your take?
I was going to say I do think that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to put Oba Femi over. Like, he's so over right now with the crowd. Like, it would be. I mean, I don't. What could you be setting up with a loss? Is SummerSlam rematch and then the win. But I also will say this, that would be what you'd set up, I think, a loss. But I will say this, they are giving this match away for free on ESPN. And that I always kind of thought that was their way of saying that they think Oba Femi is like a new star of WWE.
Yeah.
They're showing you for free, look at this monster we have. Look at this guy, Oba Femi. The crowd loves him. So I think they're putting Oba on national television here for the world to see for free and see if you can hook you. So I kind of think Oba's going to go over, and then I think Oba's going to take a shot at the heavyweight. I think he's going to go.
That's coming. That is for sure coming. That's a great point. Why they're putting it on ESPN. That's the way to put that in perspective. 100%. The only thing to me is that we all know that Brock Lesnar has written into his contract that he'll only take so many. What do you call them? Honest losses, honest pin jobs within his contract year every single year. I don't know what he's at with that. And he has some creative control over that. So, but he is, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but he is pretty good about being a guy that puts guys over. Like, he doesn't have an issue with it. And
no, I have to say too, I thought he's been pretty good here as a lead up. Like, he's been very much like selling a little more. And some of me sometimes thinks, like, with the Cena retirement, the guys like Orton and Brock and like those guys who all came up with Cena like around the same time, they realize their time's coming, and now they're starting to do a little more. Somebody much smarter than me in wrestling could argue differently, but they seem to be, to me at least, from a distance, seem to be like giving back a little more. So I do think Brock's. Well, I do think Brock will laid out. I don't think it'll be easy. I think it's right now they're probably having a talk with Brock as we speak, and he's like, "I'm not doing it, boss." They're like,
Not doing it, man. And because in his mind, he's thinking, no, I need that SummerSlam money too, man.
Right. Right. So, I mean, if Obi loses, I think that's what happens a little bit. But
yeah.
I don't think
Could
so.
be.
I don't
Could
think
be
so.
either way. Could be either way.
Why do you want, if I'm just thinking of it in this perspective, like, look, why would I want the young, big stud Femi to take a loss on ESPN in front of a lot? Like, I just don't know why I would want to.
The only way you would do it is because of what you said to set up SummerSlam, and the only way you have him take that loss is to get cheated. You know what I mean? You're like,
if he gets cheated, then he doesn't get pinned. I'm saying a pin loss.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that. You're right.
I don't know why I would set him up for that sort of, like, everybody, we love him. He's awesome. We do the thing that he does, with his arm. We believe,
there'll be there'll be no pin loss unless he gets hit with some brass knuckles or something. It's just not happening. You're right.
Yeah, they're like Reigns, or somebody has to come in and like help Lesnar. It doesn't make any sense. So
yeah,
give me the win.
Yeah, give me the win. Give me the win. Brock puts him over. I do like what Brock has been doing. I've become more of a fan of him in his later career than earlier, for sure. Let's go. Intercontinental belt. Ladder match. This one's got Penta, Javon Evans, Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, Rusev, Mysterio. I'll watch the ladder match because I love the ladder match, but really just give me Money in the Bank. I don't know how terribly interested I'm into this one. When did Rusev come back?
I'm with you. Why is he on a ladder match?
Why is he on a ladder match? Right.
I don't like it. It's not my favorite. It seems weird. Like, okay.
Yeah. Rusev and Mysterio both have it in their contract. They only go up 3 steps and only once. I'm going 3 steps once and taking a fall, and that's the end of it.
Right. The other guys, Penta seems cool. And I know he's the champion. So, like,
yeah, that's who I got winning this thing. He's going to take it.
I hope he wins. I have no idea, though.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Penta, and I'm with you. I don't really care about this. It'll probably be a go get a beer type of match. And
like if I hear a cool noise, I'll be like, oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Roll it back a minute. All right. Heavyweight belt. The heavyweight belt is on the line. Punk versus Reigns. We kind of touched on this earlier. Reigns, to me, and agreeing with what you said, later in his career here is starting to become more solidified as a legend to me, and this route that he's taking than early on when they try to babyface him up. Listen, I hate Punk just as a human being, not as a wrestling fan. Like, he's not getting me being a heel. He's just a piece of shit. So give me Reigns. Yeah, he's a fucking piece of shit. I hope Reigns beats his ass.
Friends that don't love Punk, and so I'm with you. I think Reigns will win. I hope Reigns wins. Punk, I'm not, I know we have mutual friends who are not the world's biggest Punk fans, as a person, as a human.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, for me, like, that as the heavyweight champion, like, I do kind of want it on Reigns more than Punk.
Yeah.
Want it on Reigns. Like, when I think of, like, Punk can sell out. He's a huge star. He's on the cover of the game. I get it. He's cool. Chicago kid. I'm rooting for him.
I don't get it.
But I'd rather have Reigns. So I'm hoping Reigns wins.
Yeah, me too. And let me just rag on Punk for one more minute here. I am completely in the Vince McMahon camp when it comes to, there are certain guys that when you look at, it's completely does the disjustice to wrestling to try and tell the audience that this guy could beat the bigger giant guy. This guy could be, it's not, I look at Punk and I'm going, yeah, your name says it all. I don't buy that you could beat any one of these guys in anything physical. I saw a video a couple of weeks ago. I wish I had it for Louis to play right now. He did. Have you ever seen that on the Ocho when they do that like championship? They have this little stupid championships like slippery steps and all this dumb shit on the Ocho. You ever see this one where they have like the little kids sports toys? So like you have to throw like 10 perfect strikes, and then you have to shoot like 10 baskets on a little kid basket, and then you got to hit 10 baseballs over a little fence. You ever seen that one?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You got to throw a football through a tire and all that. Somebody talked him in or let him do this and be videotaped. You have never seen a dude that is more uncoordinated, can't throw, couldn't swing a bat. Like, he looked like a turd, man. If you see this video, I'm just like, he's one of these guys with the biggest mouth on the bar that would get his ass kicked in 5 minutes. I don't buy any of it.
Right.
Just never have.
Yeah. He's not. Yeah. I'm kind of with you in that. I mean, I like Punk. I like him, but I'm with you.
Yeah, I see why Vince buried him and was just like, you're not anything special, man. And I will give Punk credit on this one thing. He did play it right, and he took the opportunity to play victim and call out the business, and everybody loved him for it, and now he's a legend. He ain't shit.
Yeah.
I don't.
You're
Listen,
really Punk. I love it.
I hate Punk. This is what I got for Punk.
All right, everyone. Time to do me a favor and knock it off.
I challenge him right now. All the money to charity. I'll come off the couch and fight you right now. I saw him fight an MMA fight. I'll fight him right now.
Yeah, it was bad. It wasn't good. The MMA stuff wasn't good.
Yeah, Phil, I'll fight you right now tomorrow in your backyard if you want.
Yeah, it wasn't good. I will say I'm also kind of excited for that. I like Ripley. I like.
Okay, yeah,
I like.
yeah.
Ripley. And Jade Cargill's cool. Like, but I think Ripley's like what she's always interesting to me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's like going to be my favorite match, but I'm not going to like take a bathroom break that long during that match. I will take a bathroom break during that match. It won't be like a 10-minute miss the whole thing. It'll be like,
no.
All right, I'll go back in and see what's going on.
Yeah. You'll take a beer bathroom break, not a nacho bathroom break.
Correct. Absolutely.
I do miss WrestleMania watch parties, man. It always makes it so much more fun, man. So much more fun, but everybody gets in spots in life now. You got other shit going on. All right, let's jump into some knock it off. I just teased it a little bit with Punk. Let's jump into knock it off this week. Let's start with the Charlotte Hornets.
All right, everyone. Time to do me a favor and knock it off.
Listen, LaMelo Ball, trip and bam like that. It ain't the first time. This is the kind of stuff I really don't like when athletes do this type of shit, man. That is cheap. This is like Draymond Green kicking nuts. Like, this is cheap bullshit. I don't care for, man. I don't like it.
It was a bad look by LaMelo. It was a bad look.
Yeah, it's really it's beyond a bad look to me. It's like, you're a shitty little privileged little prick that you would do that to somebody. Like, why don't you get up and play? You know?
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite. I like that Charlotte Hornets team too, but you know, like I think they're feisty and they're gonna give the Pistons. I think they play the Pistons, right?
They're going to if they win tonight, and I cannot wait for the Pistons to fucking climb. You know, they got into it already this year.
Oh yeah, that's right. They'll give the Pistons a good little series, but I think, you know, obviously I'm not taking the Hornets to win that series, but they're fun, and you know, I just wish he had done it because it kind of, you're like, well, it now, you know, kind of puts a little bit of a mark on that victory.
Clearly. Yeah, and on him. Right. Yeah. You know what I mean? And here's the thing to me, Andy, it's because it's not the first time. If it's a one-time thing, I'll give you a pass on that. I'd be like, look, sometimes you're just getting competitive. You're pissed off. You do something dumb. This is a habit of yours to do cheap shit. You know, like Draymond's kicking nuts 2 and 3, 4 times. No, I don't care for it, man. You know, I'm out on it. I hope the Pistons kick the shit out of the Hornets. I can't wait to play them, man.
All right, everyone. Time to do me a favor and knock it off.
Because the Pistons are the number 1 seed, Annie. They are the number 1 seed in the East. What do you think the shot is here for the Pistons?
I think conference finals. That's what I would say. It's probably the end of the road for the Pistons. Look, when Cade went out, they got that guy. I can't think of his name. The guard who played really well.
Jenkins, I think.
Jenkins. Yeah, there you go. That's his name.
10-day contract he was on in the middle of the season.
Amazing. The coach has done a great job. Bickerstaff's done amazing. Like, he's found ways. The team's tough. It's a very, you know, it's the same concern if you roll back the podcast to like last October or November. Yep. I have the same concerns today, even more so now, because this is what I was talking about the playoffs. Like, shooting is going to be, you know, like they're not a really great jump shot, you know, scoring from the outside team. So, you know, in the playoffs, it'll get a little tighter. Defenses should be a little better, you know, like, but I think they're athletic enough, good enough, like conference finals.
They picked up the bench shooter at the deadline. I like the moves they made at the deadline. I was in that camp a year and a half ago of, we don't want Giannis. Don't make any moves. This is the first real run we're going to make. Let them make it and then see where you need to fill in next year. And it looks like that's paid off. Jenkins has turned into a good player. They go get the bench shooter at the deadline. I like that. And I was pointing this out with Dunbar 2 weeks ago. We're still in that place where everybody's like, well, if Cade doesn't drop 40, what are you going to do in the playoffs? Well, I think we saw when Cade went out, when they lost 2 games, one to the hottest team in the NBA, the Hawks at the buzzer, and the second loss was in double overtime to OKC with no Cade. I
Yeah.
think this team can play.
Well, I think I think them and Oklahoma City are kind of a big winner in the way that it broke for them, because if they win, they're going to play the Cavs, and the Cavs are really, or the Raptors, probably the Cavs. You know, the Cavs are like a really good offensive team, and their defense is bad. So,
Yeah.
you know, that will help Detroit. Like a good defensive team like the Celtics or Knicks, or, you know, like, will make him life much harder. But the Pistons won't see them probably until the final, right? Until the Eastern Conference Finals.
For real. Yeah, let's break that down and all right bet a little bit and talk about some odds on who we might like to win and to do this and that. But everybody hating on the Pistons, man.
All right, everyone, time to do me a favor and knock it off.
All right, buddy, let's jump into All Right Bet and give you guys some things to bet on for the weekend. All Right Bet is also brought to you by the official beer choice of the DWMOD podcast. That's Old English 800 and the Big Six Picks at DWMOD. It's not just the football season, Andy. It continues right through baseball, baby. Every single day on our social media, we're giving you 6 baseball picks. Check them out. It's All Right Bet. It's time for another episode of All Right Bet. All right, let's run down a couple of quick little bets we want to give some people for the NBA Finals, the NHL, stuff like that. Let's keep it on the NBA for right now. Like you were just pointing out, probably going to be Celtics Pistons in the Eastern Conference Final, and dive in a little deeper, like you were, about breaking down who's going to probably meet who where. It does look like the Celtics and the Pistons are lining up for Eastern Conference Finals. Who do you think's got the easier path? Who will be more rested at that point? I would argue the Pistons.
Yeah, I would say probably the Pistons, mainly because, like, you know, in that first round Knicks Hawks series, I think it's going to go
7
6 or possibly 7. So then that's just already delaying, you know, whoever the Celtics are playing. I don't remember they're playing.
Yeah.
Philly, pretty good, but it's probably, you know, 5 or 6. So I would think Detroit probably be a little more rested in that series. I think here's a team I would bet to win the first round series. That's a dog. There's only 2 that I think you should consider.
Yeah.
One is the Timberwolves against the Nuggets. Now, look, the Nuggets probably should beat them. They probably should beat them in 5 or 6.
Nuggets hot right now too. Yeah, but you're right. Yeah.
But the Wolves and the Nuggets have played the last 2 years, and it's 1-1. And if you recall, 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, the T-Wolves beat the Nuggets in Denver in a game 7. Mm-hmm. So, look, this Minnesota team is like, they clearly don't give a shit about the regular season. They're sleepy. Now they're going to pay a price, and the price is the Nuggets. And if they win that, the Spurs. And if they win that, Oklahoma City probably. So, look, I think Denver is probably going to win the series. But of the long shots, that is one I would probably, if you're like, I want to put on one team, that's one. The other one's the Lakers. I think it's a 4 or 5. Look, first off, I know Luka's hurt and then Reeves is hurt.
Yeah.
And we have LeBron and a bunch of, it's like 2004 Cavs here on the Lakers. But Lakers are the home team. Also, there's like a 2 or 3 day break between game 2 and game 3. I do believe Luka shows back up. And I think Luka shows up around game 4, game 5.
European medical magic.
Yeah, he's going to be there. I'm not, I think he plays. And if he plays in that series and the Lakers can find a way to win game 1, just find a way to win. Just get to game 3 or 4, 2-1, 2-2. You get there, you get Luka back. I think it's at plus 400.
Yeah.
The Rockets, they have no guard. Like, what are we doing? So, not that the Lakers do really either, with most of their guards missing. But I don't know. Those are my 2. If I was taking a flyer on some dogs, I would do that.
I'll tell you, interesting. Lakers, an interesting take, counting on Luka coming back there. I don't disagree with you on Minnesota. However, I do. I like Denver to make a deep run this year. I like the way they're playing right now. I think they're going to be the team that is going to knock off OKC. But my team is the Hawks. I'm going to take the Hawks to beat the Knicks in round 1. I already put money on it. I took them at 245 plus 245. Listen, it sounds silly on paper, but the Hawks, since they got rid of Trae Young, who you and I both for years on the show have been saying the Hawks need to move on from Trae and they'll get better, and they did immediately. They're good, man. They're good right now. I think and the Knicks are not.
I mean, I think Knicks are a little underrated, and people are like selling the Knicks like they're a bad team. Like the Hawks are going to beat them. Like I just don't. The Hawks can't keep up with the Knicks. Like the problem for me, the problem is Brunson. Like what are we doing with Brunson? Like Brunson's going to get like 40 on these guys. He's going to get whatever he wants. Cat will show up for 3 or 4 games of the 6 or 7. I do think it's going to go 6 or 7, but
yeah, I think 7 for sure.
There is no world in my mind where the Atlanta Hawks are going to go to the Garden in round 1 in Game 7 and beat the Knicks. I just don't see it happening.
Just got to steal one of the first 2, man.
Well, then they got to hold court. Like I think if I was Atlanta, I would have rather played the Cavs than the Knicks.
Oh, I don't disagree with you. Oh, yeah.
Because Cavs don't play no defense. You could run and be athletic. The Knicks have enough dudes. Like they put OG Anunoby on some dudes. Like whoever's like OG is good, man. He's a good defensive player. So yeah, I like the Knicks there a little more, I think, than you.
I'm gonna ride the Hawks, man. I'm gonna ride. Now, maybe a little, influenced by being here and listening to the radio in Atlanta, and I'm tuned into some games at the bars with some guys and stuff, and they're just clicking, man. They're just playing really tough, and they're like
they've been awesome. They've been awesome for half the season.
They legitimately look like one of those young teams that's playing with house money and don't care.
Yeah,
and that's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's dangerous, So I do like that. We'll see how that goes. Let's jump into the NHL a little bit. Now I know you're not a big NHL fan, but I know
before we do, can I get you what's your prediction? What's your NBA Finals prediction?
Man, I'm taking the Pistons to be in the NBA Finals. I'm going to take the Pistons and the Nuggets. And listen, I'm going to be rooting for the Pistons, but I'll say maybe the Nuggets get them in 7 and Pistons get it next year.
I think I'm going to go Celtics. This is hard because I kind of want to take the Spurs, to be honest with you.
I don't.
They're young, but like they just so many dudes, and
yeah, they're good.
Yama is 7'7" and a problem.
Yeah.
But I'll just play it safe. I'll play it safe for the pod, and I'll take the Thunder, Celtics, and I'll take the Thunder to win back to back.
Okay. Now I'll say this about
it's so lame to do. But
it's the NBA. It usually works that way. NBA is one sport where you can look at it and be like, oh, there's like 2 or 3 teams that win the championship every goddamn year. So that's just how it is, man. You're playing
best player. It's one of those rare sports where best player,
a
lot of the times wins.
Yeah,
SGA over Wembanyama, and Joker. So it's gonna be good.
Yeah, this is what I'll say about the Spurs. I like them. I think they have the team to be able to do it. I'm just playing the gambler's odds of you usually don't make a run in your first year of making it into the playoff. You know what I mean? So I'll be against that. I did take a flyer before the season started on an exacto matchup for the NBA Finals of Thunder Knicks. I put Thunder Knicks and I put $10 on it. I think it pays like maybe $220 or something. I'm like, all right. We'll see.
They got to be the Celtics. That's the first step, and then we'll see where your loyalty ranks.
Yeah. Well, I'm pulling for the Pistons the whole damn way anyway. So I got money on Pistons to win the Eastern Conference Final, plus 1,700 or no, plus 2,400 when the season started. So that's a good little bet there. That pays 100 something. So I'll take that.
You need Knicks Pistons Eastern Conference Final.
Yeah, I need Knicks Pistons, and I'm good to go.
Yep.
I'm good to go. That's exactly what I need. All right, let's jump into the NHL a little bit. This, we'll breeze through this quickly. Not a lot of hockey fans, but a lot of our fan base in Detroit that watches the show is. Even though the Red Wings are out, we're interested here. So I'm going to give you a couple of upsets I like in the first round.
Okay.
First round. Now, look, Dallas has been to the conference finals 2 years in a row.
Right.
Okay. They're looking to get over the hump this year. They're looking to beat Colorado and make the move in. I'm going to take Dallas to go down in the first round of the Wild. This may sound crazy. The Wild have lost in the first round 8 times in a row, Andy. That streak's got to stop somewhere. And let me just give you a little backdrop here for guys, if you want to bet on this thing. Pretty good odds. You get the Wild to win this series. The Wild has been like fighting for their playoff lives heading into the playoffs, fighting for like a seed. They were going to make it. But they've been playing playoff hockey for like 2 weeks right now. Dallas has coasted in and rested a bunch of guys, man. And hockey, unlike a lot of the other major sports, you got to knock the rust off, man. You got to knock the rust off. And if you've been playing playoff hockey, I kind of like the Wild to pull this off. Am I crazy?
No, I mean, I looked at the odds, like they were like minus 102 while the the Stars are like minus 118. So it just tells me it's close.
Okay, good.
It's ultimately close. So and you're right. You're on technically the dog in that. So I think it's why not?
Yeah. I got in on them at plus 110 here in my notes, and I put it with Philadelphia to knock off the Penguins at plus 425. A good little combo with the chance there, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I like those for sure.
I mean, Philly's not as good as the Penguins, but Penguins they have a tendency to be a little streaky themselves. You know what I mean? And Crosby ain't gonna stay healthy. He ain't what he used to be. Yeah, give me Philly at plus 425. What the hell? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think if I'm, I'll tell you what, I like Philly. You said Philly. I like
that.
Like I'm in on that one for sure. I probably also, I kind of want to take a shot on the Senators over the Hurricanes.
I'm not going to do that. Carolina's my pick for the cup. Carolina is my pick to win a cup.
I like it. I like them a little bit. I also kind of, I would also, just because I like the odds, give me the Kings at plus 400 against the Avalanche. Like the odds are like, look, my general theory, like I bet almost all dogs in the NHL playoffs because this thing's coin flip city, baby. Once you get in, here we go. So
even a hot goalie.
Even if you hit 2 of the 8, you're probably even or close to even if you get the right odds. And if you get the right teams to hit, you're good. Now, when it gets to the next round, I tend to, try to just give me who I think is going to win. But, it's different than basketball. Basketball, like I'm only betting like 2 series odds, right? Because I'm like, it's mostly favorites. Hockey, it's the inverse.
You can win some money in hockey, no doubt about it. Lower seeds win a lot.
I'm like, give me all the dogs. Give me the Kings. Give me the Senators. Give me the Flyers.
Yeah.
Give me the Mammoth. Like, whatever. Just give them to me.
Here's a team I'm going to tell you guys to stay away from. The hot little parallel to Atlanta Hawks bet, kind of. Not that they're an underdog in the NHL this year is Edmonton. The last couple of years, the Oilers have been like last 3 years have been the team that they're like, this team's going to get a cup. They're going to get a cup. And then last year they didn't again. And now they're the kind of the team that nobody's watching. So this would be the year to take them, right? Don't do it. They're just pretenders, man. This normally in a betting cycle would be the year where nobody's watching them. They're not the favorite. Everybody's picking them to lose again. This is going to be the year they're going to make a run. I've watched this team. They're not. Don't do it. Stay away from it.
Yeah.
Stay away from it and go. Listen, everything you said is right, Andy, about the dogs in the NHL, but this year, play it a little NBA style, guys. Be on Colorado and Carolina to get to the cup. They're better than everybody else. Lightning might have a chance to knock somebody off. I like Colorado at plus 315. I like Carolina plus 475. Give me those 2 teams to get to the cup. I already took a flyer on Buffalo just because that's going to be fun. I'm going to follow them plus 1600. Plus 1600. I'm going to watch Buffalo. And
I'm looking at those odds right now. And like, I'm not betting Colorado 3-1. I'm not betting Carolina plus 475 or the Lightning at 5-1. Like, give me this load of teams at 10-1 or better, which is like the Knights, the Stars, the Senators, the Oilers, the Sabres, the Wild at 18. Give me the Penguins at 25. Like that's just where, where I would kind of go.
Yeah, I'm throwing $5 on Carolina. If they win it, I'll hit for $25, and then that'll cover a bunch of my other bets. Fun to watch, but then I'm taking a flyer on the long shots. I'm on Buffalo at 1600 for sure. I just think Colorado's just going to get too worn out through the playoffs. They got to get through Minnesota or Dallas, whoever wins that, and I don't think Carolina sees anybody of that magnitude. Like I said, they might see the Lightning, maybe the Penguins if they get past Philly, but that we just talked about that Philly series is going to be 7 games, drag them out, knock them down. You know what I mean? I just see Carolina having a really easier path, as you said before earlier, like the East just tougher, man. So, give me that. Give me Carolina. I'm going to be on that. That's going to be the end of what I'm going to tell you guys for the NHL. It's fun. It's fun as hell to watch the NHL playoffs, especially game 6 and 7.
It's great. I don't even watch a lot of NHL, and then the playoffs come, and I'm like, let's go.
If there's a game 7, guys, I'm telling you, it don't matter who's playing, turn it on.
Say like, any overtime game. If game goes to overtime, just find the game. You got to find the game.
So exciting. It's so exciting. It's great. All right, MLB. Every day, Andy, the picks are going out, 6 of them. You know how we did last year. We did great. The first month of the season is always got to feel them out. If you're anywhere near 500 at the end of the first month, you're kind of getting a feel. Right now, I think we're 8 games over 500 at the month mark. So, we're feeling them out. We're getting a hang of the pitchers and the lineups every single day. Last 2 days we're 9-3. 9-3, turning the corner, doing pretty well there. I'm going to share this with you. I'm going to share this with you right here because we had some things going on family wise and didn't record before MLB. And I usually give you my season breakdown, who I like, World Series and things like that. Here's a bet, and you can check the date that I took. So I'm on the record here. Angels to win the West. $5 pays 100. 100. Have you been paying attention to baseball? Mike Trout, 5 homers up in New York the last 3 days. Yeah. They're in second place in the West right now. They're hitting more home runs than anyone in baseball. They did that last year as well. The pitching is pretty good this year. This could be a good little bet, buddy.
Look, that division's a mess.
Yeah.
Like the
Seattle
Rangers,
and Houston are at the bottom.
Yeah, Seattle and Houston are 8-12. Yeah. Everybody else is like 10-10. So
yep. I played for, when I broke my season down, I was like, I'm playing Seattle for a fade. Houston is now at the end of their run. You know what I mean? Like they're old, long in the tooth. They don't have it anymore. I go, give me the team that hits home runs. And if these young pitchers they're using this year and Soriano can get some good starts, the Angels are going to be in it for 1,000.
Yeah. Why not? Why not? That's what makes baseball fun. The Twins are leading the Central. It's insane.
Yeah. They're getting some hot hitting from Buxton, who will be hurt in 2 months anyway. The interesting pick there is like the Tigers are the favorite at like plus 125, but the Guardians. Listen, the Guardians have like that lineup is they score runs, man, and they got when their pitching starts getting a little better. They almost had a no-hitter last night. We were on the Guardians last night. Take a flyer on the Guardians maybe to win that division. I'm on Tigers though. Preseason, I took Tigers to win the American League. I took them to win the World Series. And I love to play the exactos, guys. So here's what I gave you for exactos for the World Series. Every one of them includes the Dodgers. I'm not an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm not an idiot. You know what I mean? And if you play an exacto, you're not getting shitty odds. You know what I'm saying? So to get to the World Series, I got Dodgers over the Tigers at plus 2,700. $5 pays 135. Why not? Yep. Right? Dodgers are going to be there. I also played Dodgers over the Angels at plus 12,700. Andy, $5 plays 625. Why wouldn't you play that bet?
Let's go, Angels. I hope that happens.
Why wouldn't you play that bet? And I'm a little excited right now. It's early in the season, but you see the way they're playing. I'm going, this might work out.
Yeah.
This might work out.
Give you a chance at least. They give you a chance.
Yeah. And the other one I got is Dodgers over the Guardians, and that one's at plus 3,200. So that again pays about 150. I think the team from the Central is going to the World Series this year. I think a team from the Central is going to the World Series this year. And I'm sorry, buddy. I was big on the Royals coming in. If we'd have done a preview show, I'd have told you, I think the Royals are going to make the wild card. I like their pitching, especially the bullpen. They're struggling early, but that's normal. Those guys got to get in the groove. Starting pitching has been good again. Andy, this team can't score runs, and they've got guys in the lineup.
It's the same problem as last year.
What's the problem? They got guys.
I know they can't hit. They got to keep getting guys who can hit. They just can't hit.
They're all swinging for the fence every at bat.
I saw some stat. This was like a week or two ago, maybe a week ago, but it said Bobby Witt had been on base like 31 times. He'd been left on base 29 times.
I mean,
it's bad. I'm like, this guy just gets on, and everybody's like, straight. Nobody else gets on.
Yeah. Listen, during the offseason, I don't know why the Royals didn't go spend money and get Simeon, a little second baseman from the Rangers. He's like a good hitter. And Arise was available. Go get Louis Arise. Get somebody to get on base that hits 375 in front of Bobby Witt. Yeah. Enough with the Pasquantinos and the Savvy Perez. It's great when they hit a home run. They're only going to hit about 27 of them. It ain't a big deal.
For sure. No, it's bad.
And get a hitter.
You can't hit. You just can't hit.
A fucking hitter, man.
Those other teams in the Central, for the most part, can hit.
Yeah, the Guardians live on it, man. They take walks, they'll bunt, they'll get base hits. You get on base, and then Ramirez is driving in the runs. Yeah. And Quan, if I had to pick one guy I could have on the Tigers right now, it'd be Quan. I fucking love him, man. He's so good in the outfield. He's such a good hitter. Give me Quan.
You're good. Yeah,
he's real good, man.
I hope the Tigers get there. I don't think the Royals going to get there this year. We'll check back in the Royals with like mid-July, and I'll be like, oh, okay.
And that's right around the time they'll probably be getting hot again. Like
they're gonna be in LA this year, finally around mid-August. So I'm gonna go.
All right. Tigers are coming here to Atlanta, I think, the end of the month in a week and a half. So I'll go see them play the Braves, who are hot right now. Braves are hot. Braves was another good bet. If you took the Braves to win the division, they were picked to finish in the bottom, and they're out front right now. So they're playing well. Anyway, hey, that's our right bet. I know we dragged a little long. We wanted to give you guys something to get into the NHL and Stanley Cup playoffs with, the NBA Finals. There's some bets you can make. One last thing here, Andy, before we go for tonight's game. Give me the Hornets -3 on a combo with the Warriors +5.5. I'm going to be on Warriors money line. I'm going to be on Warriors money line like I was last week. We talked on the phone. We didn't get to record Wednesday, but you can vouch for the fact I told you who I had there. Hornets were going to cover, and I had money line Warriors, and it came through. I'm going to do it again. I just think it's better for the NBA if Seth Curry moves up in the playoffs. Give me the Warriors.
Yeah, I like Steph. I like the Hornets. I'd probably just take the Hornets money line. I'm trying to think who they're playing. Orlando.
Yeah.
Orlando's ready.
-3.
They're ready to pack it in. So I'd probably take. I would take the money line. I'd money line it. I would just money line Hornets, money line Warriors. Go for it.
I put a little 3-team parlay. I got the Hornets laying the 3. I got the Warriors on the money line, and give me Hawks to take game 1 against the Knicks +7. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Well,
That's a great series. That's one of the 3 best NBA series. That's one of them.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. All right, guys. Hey, that's all right, bet. Enjoy, gamble responsibly this weekend, which means have fun, spend some money, get some Mania bets going, get some brass monkeys, brother. We'll see you next time.
The draft next week, buddy. The draft.
Guys, we will have the draft episode out on Wednesday. Probably Tuesday night, probably drop it Wednesday morning so you have enough time to get through it before the Thursday draft. We'll probably record that on Tuesday. We're going to have that out this week for you guys. It's going to be a good one. Andy, are you ready for it? You all prepped up on it?
I'm ready. I'm excited to see what the Chiefs do at 9. Like, it's so weird. They need a lot of things. I'm excited to see. I'm really excited to see where Sonny Styles goes, because I think he can go kind of anywhere there, and I think he's going to land with the Giants at 5, but I don't know. And Love too. Are the Titans going to take Love? Are they not?
Stupid if they don't. Stupid if they don't. We'll get deep into it, baby. We're going to have the draft out for you like we do every single year. We're going to whip Mel Kiper's ass again, my man. Guys, enjoy the weekend. We'll see you next time.
Good.
Played the wrong one.
We cutting loose.
College football is now B1G versus SEC. Down. If you ain't listening to All Right Bet with me and Andy St. Clair, you're throwing away money. Ready? All Lions fans drinking that Kool-Aid. Super Bowl. Hey, disagree with me or don't. That's how it works. I don't understand what was going on in Kansas City that they weren't going. Simeon and Arrives are available. We have to get one of these guys.
It's crazy. They I don't know. They seem like they're stuck in the middle with this team a little bit to me. Like, they're like, are we good? Are we not good? I think we're good. Should we do anything? Well, let's see if we're good this year. And then that year comes and we get the same problems.
I really think they're blowing a window. They have really good starting pitching. The bullpen is good. You have an MVP shortstop who's one of the best hitters in the league. And you have those guys you need for a World Series that are like, I'm not going to say bums, but like they're kind of like hang around bums that knock 27 home runs and hit 200. Those guys will hit a crazy home run in a playoff series. And you know what I mean? Like, that's Perez and Pasquantino. They'll hit the occasional home run and be a hero. You've got everybody but a guy in front of Bobby.
Well, look, the thing is, like, would be sacrilege, and I would never say this to in public, but like, I like Salvi. He's great, but I do kind of want him to go away. Like, because he's not like, he bats like 220, and I'm like, and he hits like, I mean,
Well, I'm airing this. I just want you to know.
No, I don't know. Salvi, I love you, Salvi.
We cutting